If you've never heard of NFPA, the National Fire Protection Association, you're probably still familiar with one of the organization's most famous public education messages.
Let's pretend my clothes are on fire. Oh, what do I do? Don't panic, Dick. You know what to do, Dick. Stop, drop, and roll, Dick, roll. And keep rolling until you roll the fire out. All out. So remember, if your clothes ever catch on fire, stop, drop, and roll, Dick, roll. Very good, Dick.
That was an NFPA PSA from the 80s featuring Dick Van Dyke. Whether it was on TV or in a grade school gymnasium during Fire Prevention Week, you've probably heard that phrase stop, drop, and roll before. But in today's world, experts say there are actually more relevant fire safety messages than stop, drop, and roll. So why is that the case? And what should children be learning first before learning about stop, drop, and roll? Welcome to Learn Something New by NFPA Journal. Stop, drop, and roll originated in the 70s, a time when clothing ignition fires were still causing hundreds of deaths in the United States. In 1970 alone, over 750 Americans, including many children, died after their clothes caught fire, according to a federal report published in 1977. Today, however, fire deaths caused by clothing ignition are a lot less common. When they do occur, it most often involves senior citizens. The National Fire Incident Reporting System shows about 60 seniors die every year after their clothes catch fire. That's a far cry from the 500 to 750 annual deaths that were occurring in the 70s. Experts credit the drop in fatal clothing fires to advances in making more fire-resistant clothing, combined with efforts like the push for fire-safe cigarettes. So to put it simply, stop, drop, and roll just isn't as relevant now as it was when it was created. Now that's not to say it's an incorrect message. Experts say if your clothes do catch fire, whether you're a child or an adult, you should still stop, drop, and roll. But for fire safety educators vying for children's attention, often over the course of just a few minutes at a school presentation, these experts say other public education messaging should be given precedent. Here's NFPA Director of Public Education, Andrea Vastis, with more information.
So the landscape has changed, especially here in the United States and Canada. Kids do not catch fire in the same numbers that they did 40 and 50 years ago. And that's a wonderful thing, right? What it also means now is that stop, drop, and roll has become such a part of our vocabulary, and it's fun to teach. And it is still an important skill to teach. But what we need to look at now is when you teach it, how it's taught, and the context within which it's taught. Because too often now, when we're in front of a group of young children, we'll say, what do you do when the smoke alarm goes off? And they yell, stop, drop, and roll. So what we need to be doing now is looking at the context and what has shifted. And what has shifted is, again, kids do not catch fire to the same degree that they used to. And home fires burn hotter and faster today than ever before. So 2 things. 1, stop, drop, and roll should not be taught before the first grade. Get to at least the first grade when they can understand it developmentally. And it needs to be taught very singularly in the context of what to do if your clothes catch on fire, right? When do you stop, drop, and roll? It needs to be taught in that singular message so that it's not confused with other kinds of fire safety messages. What you really need to be doing before that first grade, and quite frankly, reinforce across the lifespan, is know the sound of the smoke alarm, know your safe way out, your 2 ways out, get out and stay out, right? Hear the alarm, get out, stay out. That is going to be the most critical thing. And quite frankly, it's a really foundational piece of information that needs to be taught early on and reinforced throughout. And when you are looking at doing stop, drop, and roll, look at it no earlier than the first grade. Make sure it's a very singularly taught item. I have to tell you, if you have 10 minutes in front of a group of elementary school children, you need to be teaching them the sound of the smoke alarm, knowing 2 ways out, getting out and staying out. That's the thing you should be focusing on first and foremost, because that is where the larger risk lies. And then if you have additional opportunities with them and other opportunities with them, being able to teach stop, drop, and roll again within the context of when do you do it?
NFPA's Learn Not to Burn program provides educators with comprehensive guidance on when to teach what when it comes to fire safety. You can go to nfpa.org/learnnottoburn to learn more about that program. Also, did you know that March 18th is Sparky's 71st birthday? That's right. For a whole host of kid-friendly fire safety education resources, including games, videos, and digital books featuring our favorite pup, head on over to sparky.org. Thanks for watching. If you like these Learn Something New videos, please let me know by dropping me a positive comment, liking them, and sharing them with your friends and colleagues. And as always, subscribe to NFPA's YouTube channel for more content like this.